All right, good evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are Choosie. Choosie is an AI personal assistant to help groups of friends find the best possible place to eat. You pick something for dinner tonight.
Pizza.
Nah.
How about tacos?
No.
Subs?
Nah.
What do you want?
I don't know, you pick. Now, that is actually a real conversation, though I wish I could say it was a joke. And it happens at least to me all the time, but usually I'm on the other side of that particular conversation. So we wanted to find out how many other people does this happen to. So we went out and we talked to nearing 200 people at this point. We tried to figure out who had this problem and how often. We found, much to our surprise, that 75% of people had this problem at least most of the time. So we started figuring out, why is that? Why do we have this problem? And it's because the existing solutions that are out there right now for finding things like Yelp focus on booking, right? They focus on search, they focus on lists, but they don't focus on learning about what you like and what your friends like, and learning about what you like as a group. So this is so much of a problem that yesterday when we started talking to people, just putting the idea in front of people yielded us more. That's actually really outdated now. It's actually over 60 signups. We got 60 people to sign up for our app yesterday. So what is Choosie in more detail, right? Choosie is a personal assistant. It's an artificial intelligence platform, but Choosie is also your friend, right? And Choosie learns your user preferences over time to synthesize what the best recommendations are for you for food. And since Choosie's your friend, you access Choosie the same way you access your friends right now. So for example, let's say you're a Facebook Messenger user, right? You'd call up Facebook Messenger, and you'd hit up the Choosie chatbot, and you'd say, hey Choosie, I'm hungry, right? And then Choosie, and you say, Choosie, I want to dine with these friends. Then Choosie's going to look at all the information it has about you. It's look at all the information it has about your friends. And then it's going to try to synthesize that information together and figure out, do I need to ask anybody another question? Do I need to fill in some gaps in my knowledge before I recommend the best possible place for this group of people? And then once you got that, Choosie says, you need some directions. You need a ride. Well, that's why it was projected. Yeah, in that example there. Visits to the website, contact information, etc. to deliver you the best possible experience at that restaurant, right? Okay, so we started thinking, all right, well, how do we get to our first 100 users? We realized, well, we're already more than halfway there just by putting it in front of people's eyeballs. So what we want to start doing is we want to go after influencers. In the office place, these are your executive assistants. Inside of your friend circles, these are the people who have the most friends and spend the most money, the most times out. And the inside of the general travel industry, these are maybe people in the visitors bureau. We want to go after them, see if we can get them on the platform, see just how far can we take this organic growth. So that's all well and good. That kind of sounds sexy, maybe. But how do we make money, right? Well, fundamentally, Choosie is a big data analytics company, right? In order for Choosie to do what she does, Choosie amasses a vast amount of information around you, around your friends, around what you do, when you do it, why you do it, and how you do it. And that information is information that restaurants at present really don't have a lot of visibility into. So we want to change that. We want to provide the restaurant industry with access to information. We want to help them prevent churn. We want to help them increase their brand loyalty. We want to help them find better customers, find customers, the next customers, that look an awful lot like the ones they already have, that are successful. But even though I've spoken a lot about restaurants and food, that's actually really only the beginning, right? That's our MVP. Our MVP is looking at food because it's a problem we all have, right? But the long-term vision for Choosie is much bigger. There are so many decisions that we make as groups that Choosie can help with making a decision, right? An example may be travel that I alluded to a little bit before, maybe events, right? Other forms of nightlife, just different kinds of things. So, the next question is, where do we go from here, right? So at this point, what we want to do is build that next stage of MVP, that MVP that gets us approaching revenue neutral, that gets us into the black, right? And we figure based on our runway, right? We're looking at a number something like this with the amount of developers and product talent we need. So that's it, right? Anybody have a question?